Hi, I'm Remaster, and I'm locked to the Daemonheim. As you might be able to guess already, no trespassing sadly. My purpose is to complete all the achievements available to me. We're allowed to visit resource dungeons, elite dungeons and sinkholes. But now that you're caught up, it's the perfect time to get started. We've recently gotten the Dungeoneering Remaster added to the game, and this remaster is absolutely amazing to the series. First of all, the gameplay is so much better now, so much smoother. I'm really enjoying it, if you haven't been able to notice. And second of all, we've got some new shiny objectives for the Locked in Daemonheim series. And I figured out that I haven't really covered anything on the required objectives to finish off Locked in Daemonheim. So let's walk through them. Starting off with the easy task list. We need to complete a total of 16 achievements, requiring 23 Dungeoneering, 10 Divination, and 7 Smithing or 8 Crafting. As it currently stands, I only need one more achievement to tick off the easy achievements list, being the sinking fast achievement. For this one I have to finish off a sinkhole. Easy one, but as it mentions it's an easy task list, so yeah. For the medium task list we need to complete a total of 13 tasks, requiring a nice selection of skills, as you can see on screen right now. As it currently stands, I only need 6 more achievements. And for these 6 achievements I need to get 40 Thieving, 40 Hunter, 36 Herblore and 30 Attack. The hard achievements, and they're in a bit of a weird place, as I'm not able to complete all the achievements. 2 achievements require quests that are outside of the Daemonheim and outside of my limitations, being the Stacked and the Alcrabaholic achievements. However, for both of these achievements I will get the levels that I usually needed to get for the quests. The quest A Clockwork Syringe requires me to get 74 Smithing, 74 Thieving, 76 Defense, 65 Summoning and 61 Slayer. A quick side note on Slayer, there has to be a viable way for me to train Slayer within my limitations. I currently have one method in mind, which I'm going to keep a secret until we get there, but that method has to work obviously. If I'm not able to use that method, there's pretty much no way for me to train Slayer, meaning that I'll have to scrap this requirement off the list. And the last achievement that I cannot complete is a part of the A Prayer Opportunity achievement. This achievement requires me to get 50 Smithing, which I obviously am able to get, and 75 Construction. However, there is no viable way for me to train construction in the Daemonheim or within my limitations. From the content standpoint of me making this series, there's pretty much no point of grinding thousands to tens of thousands of hours to get 75 construction. So this achievement is going to get shelved for now until I can find a viable way to train construction or if a viable method is released. As it currently stands for the hard achievements, we need to get a total of 7 achievements. And we also need to get a bunch of skill requirements done. For now, I've managed to tick off 4 skill requirements, being the 71 Dungeoneering requirement, 69 Cooking, 30 Magic and 30 Range. There is still a long way to go in here. However, do keep in mind, some skills are boostable. I haven't added these in the list, but they will be mentioned in the series. So I might not need to get a specific level listed in here. And for the final tier of achievements, the Elite achievements. There's only a total of 6 achievements to complete in this tier, but oh boy, are the requirements heavy. We need to get 95 Dungeoneering, 90 Cooking, 98 Crafting, 95 Smithing, 80 Constitution, 86 Divination and 90 Magic. Again, a couple of skills are boostable and I'm really happy with that. In the case of smithing, it should be completable at 91 smithing, so just imagine how much experience that's gonna save and how much time. So the ability to boost skills is a big one. As it currently stands, I need 5 more achievements for this tier, and pretty much all skill requirements for this one. So you might think, how did the Dungeoneering Remaster change anything on what you mentioned? Pretty much nothing so far. However, I made a little Dungeoneering team groceries list. And here's where the Dungeoneering Remaster comes into play. I originally planned to get the chaotic items. However, since we now have access to the ruinous items, I decided to go for these. So for the list, I pretty much want the basic necessities in the Bone Crusher, Herbicide, Charming Imp, the Gem Bag and the Gem Bag upgrade. And as already mentioned, the ruinous set. Excluding the necromancy one however, as I'm unable to complete the first necromancy quest because it's outside of the Daemonheim. The ruinous weapons pretty much set the bar for the skill requirements in 90 attack, 90 ranged and 90 magic. So this is pretty much the entire objectives list to finish off Locked in Daemonheim Season 1. More on that one in the future. So now it's back to our good old Dungeoneering videos. I did lie in the last episode, as I told you all to enjoy the last bit of nostalgic footage. Well, I have a little bit more of it. However, this is actually the last bit of OG footage. So take it in if you want, grab some paper towels for your tears and let's delve in. Whenever I see some divination wisps that match my level, I kinda get annoyed, but also happy. Annoyed because it takes a while to siphon all the energy out of it, but it does give me the time to relax a bit, because this is the only source of AFK that I have in this series so far. It gives me the time to work out some sort of script of how do I want the episode to flow, or it gives me time to think about thumbnails or pretty much everything related to the Locked in Daemonheim. It's the only thing I think about at this point, but it's just a nice little zen moment whilst running through all the floors. And this was actually the perfect bridge to 59 divination. You know what room this is? This is actually perfect, as I believe this should level me up to 29 agility. And there it is, 29 agility. Summoning is just one of those skills that you have to remain consistent with, and consistency pays off with 45 summoning. And summoning isn't the only thing I stayed consistent with. 52 rune crafting, 2 more levels to go. Which actually I don't necessarily need, as I can boost it up with Herblore. But at the point of this recording I really didn't know I should have stopped with rune crafting way earlier. As I'm having my little zen moment again, I was wondering, is there any Dungeoneering content in particular that you guys want to see? I can do another full Dungeoneering run again in an episode, I can talk through a couple of floors, I can make a tier list. Just let me know what you want to see, as these videos can be a little bit static because it's just linear level go up content really. There's not really a lot of new things that I can show, except for unlocks. So if there's anything in particular that you want to see, let me know down below in the comments. New Dungeoneering Remaster, same old me. This is the first bit of actual progression footage after the remaster happened. So this is pretty much the new look you'll have to look at until the series is done. Sign me up for Hogwarts, that's level 73 magic coming in. Some things really never change, do they? I always manage to find this damn banana. However, what did change in this room is pretty much a lifesaver. Right now with the barrel you can fix it like you used to. You can push the barrel, but the change that happened is it doesn't empty anymore whenever you're not on a water stream, which is really nice. The other great addition is that it has been sped up. So this room pretty much started as a really terrible room to get to now a pretty decent one actually. It isn't that bad anymore. It's just one of those many puzzle rooms that had a really good improvement, because this one was annoying to do. Maybe, but a really big maybe, we can get the achievement done, but for now it is only 28 construction. This boss room as well has been one of the, I believe, 3 or 4 boss rooms that had a change with the Dungeoneering Remaster. It's still not too fun to do, I would say, but it's better now. The skeletons spawn faster now, which means that you can also close down the tunnels a bit faster. This also has a bit of a negative side, as if you're not really fast at killing the skeletons, you get a bunch of skeletons, which also means that you'll get more damage. But I would say from absolutely terrible to just slightly terrible at this point. The thieving chest also had a welcome change. As you can see on the minimap, we now have an icon that is displayed, and when you open the chest you get some Dungeoneering tokens alongside the regular loot that you used to get. The colored ferret rooms also had a slight update. They no longer walk when you're close to them. You now have to manually scare them. Whenever they're close to their, I'll call it a pedestal, they instantly walk towards it, so you don't have to make strange angles to lure them on the pedestal. So for the first large Dungeoneering floor that I've done after the remaster, as you can see I still have one room incomplete. This is because of the crawling hands in a guardian door room. This is sadly something that still blocks my 100% completion, but let's have a look at the experience, and it's not bad actually. I feel like the small floors are pretty good for me now. They're averaging between 15 to I believe 25k, depending on the floor buffs, and the large floors on the lower end are around this experience, but at the higher end you'll get about 150k I believe. As long as you build up the buffs, it's pretty good. For this series in particular, it is more consistent, I feel. I was heavily punished with rooms that I was unable to complete, and now it's more predictable in terms of how much experience I'm getting. So I wouldn't say it's too bad. I kind of expected more of a experience buff to me personally, as I felt like my experience was low because of the incomplete floors, but it keeps it good in the balance, and it doesn't have to be a skill that you finish in a day. Maybe a worthwhile thing to mention to all of you: when you finish a floor, the location where you jump down has been changed. It's now moved to the north side. So in case you feel stuck because you cannot teleport out or whatever, I hope it helped at least someone. As I'm finishing up this floor, this will also be the last floor of this episode. So I think it's a perfect moment to have a look at our new recap screen. A fresh and updated recap screen. We're starting off with the achievements and the floors. We've added one achievement, which is in the elite section, which puts us at 23 out of 45. We have done a total of 40 floors in this episode, putting us at 447. As said earlier in the episode, we need one more achievement for the easy tasks, we need 7 more for the medium, 7 more for the hards, and 5 for the elite. For the skills, that has also been updated. We got a total of 21 levels. For the skills that are new in this overview, I have it at a updated number above the total. The most noticeable one being probably ranged, which used to be a green one. But since we've added the ruinous weapons, it's now a requirement to get 90 ranged, which means that we currently only have one green skill, being fletching. A couple of the skills that have been added is the Dungeoneering skill, which is close to being green. We have added the Constitution and the Defense skill. We've upped the requirement for thieving, which was too low. And we have added the Herblore skill with its requirement. The soft requirement would actually be 60, as we need level 60 to make a potion that boosts skills by 4 levels. Again, as always, I want to thank you for watching this episode. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, please leave them down below in the comments. And if you really liked this episode, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more of Floor Mastery, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode.